Hey everyone, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk Fringe. And last time on Fringe. Hey, did you know Massive Dynamic might be up to some no good stuff? Well, we had confirmation last episode that they've been doing experiments in mind control. They've apparently mastered human cloning. It's really hard to trust what they're up to. And they're certainly still being guided by Dr. Bell in the other world. I need to go back to that other world because I need to know what happened to that world's Bell. There's got to be an incredibly pissed off Walter in that world because his son was stolen. What's the Olivia in that world doing? Who's creating this futuristic tech on the other side? And why is there such a disparity there? Why does the other side have this ability to create human machine hybrids with the ability to shapeshift? Are the observers from the other world, or are they from some third place that we're not yet aware of? So many questions. I hope we get answers soon. I'm eager to find out more. I trust this show enough that maybe they learned a few lessons from Lost about how to dole out information and create new mystery, that I'm not going to be left wondering for seasons and seasons and seasons, but rather some mysteries will be answered while new mysteries are presented and we go deeper down the rabbit hole of what the other world is all about. How much Bell and Walter know about everything. Yeah, I'm super eager to learn more lore, is sort of where I'm at right now. But I don't know what we're going to find out in this episode. It's very much a mid-season placeholder. Like, not much usually happens in episode 8 of a 20-episode season. So I'm anticipating a weird thing of the week, but I also know that this show is very good about giving us a little bit more of our main story every week as well. What that may be this time, who frickin' knows. But let's jump into it, guys. This is episode 8 of season 2, and it's called August.
Previously on Fringe.
There is more than one of everything.
Who the hell is this guy?
We've recorded him at over 36 scenes, all of which relate to the pattern.
It's an Observer
What
episode.
is he doing?
Watching, observing.
I'm guessing that's not just coffee in his thermos.
Nice specs. I've never seen anything like them before.
They're from somewhere far away.
There.
What's up with the teddy bear? He forgot his book. Did he forget his book on purpose?
Come with me, please.
Excuse me. Help me! Let her go! Somebody help me!
Whoa. Whoa, what is that gun?
Stop! Stop!
Okay, he's bulletproof. Is it just me, or is that not our Observer? I don't think that's our Observer. And he left his notebook. And he has a teddy bear in his briefcase. Sometimes my face blindness is a frickin' curse, guys.
There's 4 roller coasters.
Oh, no. We agreed. No roller coasters. Because I am scared of the roller coasters. Oh, you think that's funny?
Oh, we're not going to the amusement park.
That's okay, Aunt Liv. I know you have an important job.
Super understanding kid. Where's Mom?
I need you to tell me what you know about the man we call the Observer.
The Strawberry Supreme.
His favorite ice cream store shut down.
Can you come with me?
I like that he's got, like, strawberry dribble on his t-shirt.
Do you remember him?
There's nothing more than I've told you before. You say he's kidnapped a woman.
Can you zoom it? Peter, that isn't him.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm not seeing things.
There's more than one observer.
Does Walter know
Stop,
that
hold on.
that's the
What just
case?
happened right there?
That's a hell of a security footage.
Who are these people?
Walter, tell us what you know, because you're not telling us everything. Yeah, look at those. Look at that look.
Why are you doing this?
Please let me go. It will be safer if you stay quiet.
So the bad one has the U.S. flag lapel pin. That's how we're going to help distinguish.
Her name's Christine Hollis. As far as we can tell, she's no one special. Parents deceased, no siblings, no arrest record.
Wouldn't have told us parents dead.
I'm lost. Everything we know about these guys, the little that there is, suggests that they just watch. They don't get involved.
What makes her the exception?
Did he ever tell you why he saved us?
Come on, Walter. Spill it.
His handwriting.
Trying to break the code?
So far, it is the most complicated code I've ever seen. The computer can't make any sense of this either.
We found a blood sample in the book.
The kidnapper's blood?
We didn't see him bleed.
It looks like someone else has been investigating these symbols too.
What?
Walter. Massive
These
dynamic.
things have been blowing my mind for a while now. I have no idea. But I found something else.
So this guy's becoming a recurring character. Interesting.
Come on.
Well, there could be anybody.
Sarajevo, 1914. Minutes before Archduke Franz Ferdinand was shot.
So they have been around forever.
Or else they're not limited by our human perception of time.
So they're traveling through time.
No?
Maybe.
It's more like they're observing time. These guys.
Why are we doing the inserts on the toes getting wet?
Maybe 24 different definite occurrences in the past 5,000 years. I've charted 26 sightings in the past 3 months alone. It kind of makes you wonder.
Why now?
Well, we're also
What's about to
observing way
happen?
more ourselves recently. We're recording a lot more. We've got cameras everywhere. C1 too?
We have a situation with August.
With August? That's the bad one's name?
Who is she? I don't know, but she's supposed to be on Tropos Air, Flight 821.
Oh.
Then he's created an irregularity. Contact Donald.
Is he saving this woman from being on a plane that crashes or something? Contact Donald, did they just say? Oh, he doesn't look like an observer, but he's got their tech. Oh, is he like the wolf? Is he a cleaner? Is he a fixer? What? Good old dot matrix printer. Okay, he's an observer hitman, would be my first assumption.
She was gonna spend the semester studying ceramics in Rome.
Well, do you have a copy of her itinerary?
Is this Christine?
Yeah, it's a terrible story. Her family was visiting relatives in San Francisco. A few hours after that photo was taken, there was a big earthquake. And her parents were both killed. It's the last photo she has of them.
Let's take a look at this.
Look who's in the background.
Behind the father.
Dang. Okay, so maybe he's saving her from dying for some reason.
You've hurt yourself.
Why are you doing this?
It would be easier to show you.
Plane crash? Is it on the news? Down over the Atlantic or something.
Phone. Please say a command.
Call the Jacobsons.
Calling the Jacobsons.
This episode brought to you by Ford.
Has been keeping tabs on this girl for 20 years?
Yeah, that's the flight she was supposed to be on.
You were going to die.
How did you...
They observe
We're
time.
not safe yet. I have to go out. I would prefer not to gag you. But it is for your own protection.
So his name's August. What?
I mean, what if he somehow knew the plane was gonna crash?
I'm sorry, what plane crash?
Christine Hollis was supposed to be on a plane that crashed just off the coast of Italy. 200 people were killed.
They said in the Atlantic. Or was it in the Mediterranean?
Why save her? Why did one of them save
Writers
us?
need better geography.
I've got the results of the blood sample from the book.
And if it was 2 hours out from Rome, it wasn't just off the coast of Italy.
Capsaicin.
Concentration of 970,000 on the Scoville scale. That's one of the hottest chili peppers there is. The King Cobra chili. I once ate one.
This was written before Carolina Reapers were a thing.
Locate anyone who's importing those peppers locally. Got it.
Well, it appears you've been busy.
She is unique.
They are all unique. That is not reason to interfere with the course
But
of
our
life it was meant to take.
Our observers saved Walter and Peter, so...
Only to correct a mistake of our own making. She has no future.
Then why do I see it? Why do I see that she is important?
Those King Cobra chilies? 3 Boston restaurants imported them last year, and 1 private citizen.
I didn't have any fresh cherries. Unless you would make a trip to the market.
Trying to get her out of here. What are you up to, Walter? And where are you running off to? Whose place is this? Okay, this is August's place. He's like been following her for a long time. Where are we, Walter?
You got my message.
Please don't take my son. Your friend and I had a deal. We had an arrangement.
That is not why I contacted you. I need your help.
Okay, so August is importing the chilies. Why aren't the other observers also importing chilies? And why do we have European outlets? Trick editing? He's already come and gone? Nope.
On your knees.
Take it easy.
I cannot see any course of action that will prevent her death.
May I ask what is so important about Miss Hollis?
I cannot explain the reason. I merely see it. But the others, they say she is of no consequence.
Then you must do something to prove it. You must make her important.
How many observers does Walter know?
Do you trust me?
That should be an absolute no.
We're looking for them, but they're looking for something too. That's why they keep on showing up.
Just tell me where she is. You know I'm just trying to do my job. I have no quarrel with you.
Goodbye.
Oh. Peter gets the fancy alien gun. So where have we hidden Miss Hollis? Nice stunt. Where'd the body go?
Christine Hollis?
Did he move her to another room or something? Oh, okay.
Christine, I'm with the FBI. It's gonna be all right.
Will she be safe now?
Why did you save her?
She crossed my mind. She never left it.
Did he fall in love? What?
I love her. Will she be safe now?
Yes. You made her important.
How exactly? How is she suddenly important? Because she's important to him? Is that it?
She is responsible for the death of one of us.
Ah, okay. Therefore, she's important.
He asked me to give you something.
Okay.
In the event that he couldn't.
I was holding onto it in the back seat when the bridge collapsed.
When did you see the Observer? And why didn't you tell me? They have the answers. I know they do.
Don't worry, son. Get your answer.
The tip-off of the Observer was spotted at that motel. It was called in from one of the motel phones.
He called it in himself.
What if he was trying to protect Christine?
Canadian flag in the background, because this is at the Pacific National Exhibition. The old wooden coaster. Okay, so which observer is watching her? Okay, it's our regular.
Look how happy she is. It's a shame things are about to get so hard for her.
Presumably we're talking about Liv and not her niece. Okay, so they've all got month names. We met December and July in there as well in the credits. Oh, hang on a second here. Yeah, December, July. Okay, so the observers are named after months. And if I was to guess, I'm going to say the older one is December. August sacrificed himself this episode. The other one at the table was July. So what is the name of our observer, the one that we've known since the beginning of season 1? Is he June? Is he September? I feel like he's one of those middle months. Maybe the young boy we met back in season 1 that somehow connected to the observers, the one that was like living in isolation in the basement of the building that was about to be demolished. Maybe he's January, so maybe like December's the oldest and January is the youngest, which would make me think that our guy is like in the middle along with July and August. So yeah, he's June or September, something like that. That would be where my money's at, if we ever find out. And that also implies that there's a finite number of observers, and maybe it's 12 or 11 now that August has died. But August felt this connection to this woman, Christine Hollis, from the moment she lost her parents as a young child. The interesting thing, and he fell in love with her. Let's put that out there. The more I learn about the observers, and by no means have I figured this all out, I don't feel like they're from the other world. I feel like they're from something else, somewhere else, other than the two worlds. But they're here, they're watching, they perceive time differently, it would appear. They see it all at once, they go back and forth, they're looking for something. Up to now, we thought Walter only had a relationship with the one observer, but he seemed to know who August was. They've crossed paths before. He thought August was here to take Peter away, which is why he was so upset. And it's why August left his notebook behind, to get the message to Walter about where to meet him. I feel like the whole Walter stealing Peter backstory has to come out. I feel like Walter can't keep it secret for much longer. He's actively hindering what we're doing, and Peter's on to that. Yeah. Walter could have helped a lot in this investigation, but Walter's so paranoid about this insane crime. Let's call it a crime because it is what it is. He abducted a child from another world and made him his own. And Peter doesn't know any better. Peter thinks this is dad, but it's interesting because Peter doesn't call Walter dad. And let's face it, not all adults call their parents mom or dad or some variation thereof. Some of them use their Christian names. But I got a funny feel. It almost feels like Peter has never called Walter dad. Peter has always called Walter, and maybe that's because on some subconscious level, he knows. Walter's done something to Peter's dreams so that he doesn't have memories of his abduction, although that seems to be coming back. I feel like that storyline has to come to a head this season. And how on earth does Peter react if he finds out? I mean, it can't be good. And what relationship do the observers have to Walter and Peter? When our observer, who we don't know what month he's named after, saved Walter and Peter from that frozen lake back in the 80s, was it to save Walter or was it to save Peter? And now our observer, along with December, is watching Olivia. He's observing Olivia. And we know, and they tease that her life is about to get much worse because they see time all at once. So what's going to happen to it? Well, I mean, bad stuff happens to Olivia all the time on this show. A ton of observer lore. I asked for lore this episode. I sure got it. We got all sorts of observer lore, but it just kind of, it doesn't answer anything. It just gives us a whole lot more information that I didn't even know we needed. I didn't know that we needed to know that there were more than, I guess we had the hint that there were multiple observers since we met the kid back in season 1. I'm going to call him January, because why not? But there's many of them. And because they seem time all at once, the fact that they're named after months is kind of fun. I was about to say, because they see time all at once and it feels like they can move through time, could they all be the same single entity, just at different stages of his own life? But no, that obviously can't be the case because August just died. August got shot by this hitman who isn't an observer, and yet he's clearly aware of them. He has some of their technology. He seems to... They kind of glossed over it at the end when Broyles was explaining that, he was 6 unsolved murders up and down the East Coast, but the most recent one was 10 years ago, which makes it sound like he's been operating for a long, long time, and maybe the same rules of time that apply to the observers apply to him. So, yeah. But then we're not supposed to be able to figure it out yet, but I'm trying. There's just all this new random stuff. There's this gun that August gave Peter, and maybe in the handoff there was some sort of, like, maybe that gun is keyed to its owner and it can only be fired by now Peter because, the FBI text can't make it work. Or maybe it was just the last round, but they should try having Peter fire it again, is what I'm thinking. And let's revisit Christine Hollis for a moment. Is she only important because August, quote, loves her? Or is she important in some other way? None of the other observers saw that, but August did. And was it just feelings? Was it just love? Or does she play a bigger role in the future of the show? In any case, she's safe for now. It's a cool episode. It was a really cool episode. It was like the first episode in a while that didn't have a weird thing of the week. We were reacting directly to a report of the Observer right from the start. And man, did we get a ton of lore. And I don't feel like what we learned this episode answers anything. it just tells us a lot more about one of the most mysterious characters of the show. Probably the most mysterious character of the show. But yeah. Now I wonder, every time we've seen an observer in the background up to now, in every episode apparently, I'm going to still assume it's been our observer, but you have to double check now, and it's like, maybe it was August, maybe it was July. You know, do we have to look for variations on the observer now in the background? Could December pop up? Does that count? Just wandering by in the background of a shot? I know I'm not playing the spot the observer game, as I'm not making that an objective of every episode, but when you notice, you notice. It's such an interesting detail. You know, I love that the show adds those extra layers if you really want to dive deep. I know that there's a code in the commercial break images. I don't feel like I need to dig into that right now while watching the show. But I look forward, when I've finished Fringe, reading up on it and seeing what all those code words are and how they relate to the various episodes. I think that's a really fun extra layer to discover, but I'm much more interested in just following the story and trying to wrap my head around all the weirdness that goes on in this show. Yet another episode. I forgot how much fun it is watching a Vancouver-based TV show. Not just for the locations, like the diner that Walter and August met at isn't too far from where I live. I know exactly where it is. I love seeing familiar faces from set. The guy that was just the guy in the photo in San Francisco playing her dad. He's a background performer that I've worked with for years. Cool seeing that familiar face. The actress who played Christine's roommate, we've worked together a handful of times over the years. Yeah, it's fun seeing familiar faces. And then, of course, as I've talked about before, the crew is littered with familiar names of friends and acquaintances and work colleagues. This could have been a show I easily could have worked on, but I love discovering it now. A little bit removed. There's a lot of nostalgia just in watching this. It's kind of neat. In any case, thank you guys so much for hanging out here today on Neil Talks for a little bit. Thank you for all your comments and feedback. Thank you for doing the fun algorithm things that help me with YouTube. And until next time, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.